that we have from you, from the internet. You have been a JMH employee for 14 years.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. That's a good sign. And you, in what department do you work in?
It's called short stay. It's like
Short
outpatient
stay.
surgery, but short stay.
It's like an outpatient.
Mm-hmm.
And you are a registered nurse.
Correct.
Perfect. I think you mentioned in your survey that you have an iPhone. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the model?
Oh, it's 6. It's right here.
6.
Yeah, it's a 6.
Very good. Do you happen to use your phone, your personal phone, for work?
Not really. I would say no.
No.
Yeah.
And do you happen to use any phone for work?
We have cell phones at work, but they're not smartphones. They're just to find us, like if you call a doctor or the lab or
Okay.
something to call back. Is that what you're thinking?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just
Mhm.
trying to feel
Yeah,
understand.
uh-huh.
Okay. So not the personal, but the other.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a name for this type of phones? Yes. We call them the hospital phones.
Right.
Okay. Do you have on your personal phone the My JMH app?
Mm-hmm.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know for how long have you had it?
6 months.
Okay. How do you like it?
I like it as long as I remember my password.
That's always. I know that is always the case, right?
Yeah.
And apart from My JMH app, is there any other app on your phone that you like particularly? That you would recommend someone or that you use constantly?
You mean just overall?
Overall, yeah.
I mean, I use search things, I think, like Bing and, like my email, Xfinity.
Yes.
And I also use the Xfinity TV app. So you can think of a show to watch and record it. I don't watch on my phone because it's just too little, but
at least you can set up the recording. Yeah, that's very good. And if you happen to be at work and you need to access your personal phone for any reason, where do you prefer to do that? Like at your place?
No, I prefer in the break room.
Break room.
Yeah.
Is that a private space or is it an open space?
It's private because there's a lock on the door, yeah.
And usually, in your experience, when you need to search for medical information, what do you do?
Do you mean like about myself or something about a patient?
So let's say that it is about yourself.
If I was looking to see what was wrong with me, I'd probably be bad and go to WebMD like they they say the doctors hate it, but I think that's what everybody goes to first of
Many
all.
of us. And do you find yourself doing that exclusively, maybe on your desktop or in your room?
It would probably be on my computer at home.
Computer
It probably,
at home?
yeah.
What type of computer at home do you have?
It's not an Apple. It's a
It's not.
Toshiba.
Okay, so it's a PC. Perfect. And if you need to learn about certain condition, it would be the same type of search, I imagine.
I think so, yeah.
What about if you need to find a new doctor? How does your research go?
I'd probably do two things. I would look on our website,
Okay.
and then actually my insurance is my husband's insurance. He's retired military, so it's TRICARE. So I would look at their website to see if it was covered, which mostly everything is. But yeah.
That's very good.
But I would look at John Muir's website first.
Yes. And the information that you find on these two websites is enough, or then you need to do additional research?
No, that's always been enough.
That's enough.
Yeah. There's plenty of doctors.
And all of these always from your computer, or you find yourself doing something on
Probably,
your phone?
usually from my computer, because I don't like to spend time when I'm at work because we're busy and I feel like I can't fully focus. I mean, if it was something urgent, like I have made urgent care appointments while I was at work.
Yes.
But if it's something like nagging me that's not crucial, I will just wait till the end of the day and go home and look at my computer because of my eyes. It's very hard to see on a little phone.
I have the same problem too, so.
Yeah, so.
Let's see. So let's continue on this. If you were to view your own immunizations, what would you do?
That's a good question. I don't have that many. I guess I would look at the John Muir site, but I don't even think I have anything. That's interesting. I wonder if our flu shots that we get there show up on there now. I don't know.
You've never had this need.
Mm-mm.
And what about if you have to view your test results?
Oh, that's easy. I would go to my John Muir Health.
And do you do that from the app or from the PC?
Usually the PC.
What about if you need a request to request a refill or a new medication?
I don't know. I'm not taking anything, so
That's
I
good.
would only have to have a doctor's visit to get something because I'm not
Okay.
taking anything. So
Okay, so you would go first.
yes.
To the doctor. And so let's say that you need to schedule the appointment with the doctor. What would you do?
I would probably call versus doing the online.
And if you need to share your medical information today with others, being either your close family or other doctors, what would you do?
I don't know. I know on like I said, we have TRICARE, and on our family site that like my husband and I share each other's back and forth. I don't know if my John Muir has the same thing.
There is an
Yeah.
option there.
Okay.
Fantastic. Is there any particular functionality that you like to do from your phone when you are in My GMH app?
Anything to look at?
Anything that you find yourself being equal in whether going to the computer or on your phone to access your own personal information?
I don't think I have an answer.
No.
Okay.
Now you know that you've been invited because of the pilot study that we did for online treatment, and you registered for it. So we would like to kind of understand what prompted you to register.
Oh, I just think it's a great time-saving thing because, face it, we all have little things that are wrong with us, and you know, if you need something like this diagnosis that it's for, I think are really nice that you could get taken care of those with having, you know, to wait in a doctor's office.
Yeah. It saves the trip to the doctor. And did you end up doing the eVisit?
No, I just like played around with it.
If you had to do it, would you feel comfortable in doing it for yourself, for someone in your family?
Yeah, I would. But also, too, I'm a nurse. I'm wondering, I mean, I would feel comfortable because usually, like I said, for those type of diagnosis, you're pretty certain what's wrong with you. And I just wonder if people that don't have as much medical background would feel as comfortable. Does that make sense?
Yes, I think I think you're in an advantage position. And when you did the trial, did you do it from your phone or from your
on my computer?
From your computer?
Yeah.
Okay. And where were you?
At home.
At home. So in this timeline from start to submit, at what point do you feel like you start?
Oh, I think like right before it was going to diagnose me with something.
So before the payment?
Oh, yeah, I didn't pay.
Looking back at the experience of the eVisit, if you could summarize like the good and the bads, what do you think are the good things that you remember of it?
Well, the good is, like I say, the time saving for, you know, I don't want to say routine illnesses, but how can you word that? For non-life threatening, common. And then I think the bad thing that would worry me is that if you didn't have a big medical background, if you could be led down the wrong path or something like that.
So that is a minus. And can you maybe articulate what is that you saw, that you had the feeling of to come up with this concern?
What diagnosis I was looking at? Or
what made you feel like, if a person doesn't have a medical background like yourself, she might be led into making maybe wrong.
I think it's just probably that my life as a nurse, I'm just really surprised sometimes that people don't know their bodies or what's going on. Does that make sense?
Yes. And so how do you think these two...
I mean, maybe hard to, it might be hard for someone to pinpoint the exact symptoms.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it. Okay.
Gosh, you're making me think after being up since 3:30
No,
this
because
morning.
you saw something. I want to ensure that I see what you're saying. So pinpoint the symptoms is actually a very good time. Yeah. And what about the cost?
Oh, I think the cost is great. Yeah, the $25 because, I mean, I know for a fact, and I'm sure you guys know this too, that places like CVS and Rite Aid are coming up with their little clinics. In fact, I'm from the East Coast, and my sister's in Philadelphia, and she said, and they're much more common there, and I guess they're coming out here too. So me, I think, I think any John Muir employee would rather go to John Muir than to CVS.
Yeah, I think that's
and $25 is like really nothing. I mean, because your copay, if you had an office visit, your copay might be 10 or 20 anyways.
It is the same.
So.
Yeah. And was it clear for you that it was an out-of-pocket?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let's forget about eVisit.
Okay.
In general, if you could do one thing ongoing on your phone, using just your phone, you don't have laptop died forever, that is related to healthcare, what would that be?
I think reminders when things are due, like mammograms and cholesterol and those kind of things, and immunizations. Yeah, because those things, I mean, our lives kind of slip away from us, and you can't remember if you had something last year or the year before.
Really
so something like that.
What do you do today to keep on top of these deadlines?
When it's the beginning of the year, I try to remember to schedule a mammogram. That's probably the best I can come up with.
You are proactive in this.
But like I said, a tetanus shot, I can't tell you when I last had one, or things like that. Or a colonoscopy, I know I had one a few years ago, but I don't know how many years ago.
So it would be even nice to have a place where you could look at.
Like a reminder, yeah.
That's very good. Is there anything you would like me to add on this poster before we move to the next thing?
I don't think so.
This is cool. Very nice. So we got your name right?
Yes.
That's the first step. So now we're actually moving to a visual exercise.
Okay.
As you're familiar with, on the mobile app, we have at the bottom bar of the app that has 4 icons.
Okay.
And I'm going to show them to you, which today are these 4.
Okay.
Right? So I'm going to just move this one. So
okay.
You can leave it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to put this so we can see this. Now, because we want to integrate eVisit into the mobile app, we need to make space for this new icon. So we're going to remove this one.
Okay.
And we're going to put something else. We are looking for that something else.
Okay.
So in the first pass, I'm going to show you this card one by one, fairly quickly. What I would like you to do is the ones that you like, and we can move this one on the side, you're going to keep them close to you.
Okay.
But the one that just don't trigger, you're going to push them towards me. Everything okay?
Okay.
All right, so let's start with this.
Oh, I like that. I like that one too. Let me see. No. No, dorky. Sorry.
There are some of these that are
similar,
really
but actually,
on purpose.
Yeah, that's not contrast enough. So.
Perfect. I like that you're looking at that one.
Oh, I like that. No, that'll scare people. Yeah. No, that reminds me of like a war or something.
Oh.
You know, like the Red Cross you see on the... No. I think that's confusing. Part of me likes it, but I think it might be confusing. That looks like marijuana. No, it doesn't fit.
On purpose,
No.
we put something
Okay.
that is not related, just to make sure that your brain is switched.
No, I don't get it. Is it an ambulance or a firehouse? Oh, I like that. No, he looks grouchy. I like this guy better. I like that too. Oh, that. Yeah, can I keep both of these?
Yes,
Yeah,
of
yeah.
course.
The other one that had the different color, the white, I think
It
wasn't
didn't
enough
have
of
the
a
shadow.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
No. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now we can go very slow.
Okay.
And so you chose, you selected 2, 4, 6, 7. If you were to cut down those in half,
Oh,
of course,
okay.
it's not a pure half, but let's say that you saved 3 of them.
Okay, save 3. Get rid of that one. Probably those.
Okay. Can you tell me what you see in those? What
Well, like I said, he just looks nice.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
approachable.
Approachable.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
important.
And this one, I think most people recognize, like the EKG thing, because you
Yes.
see that all over the place. And this one, I guess it's a medical bag. I guess it's a medical bag, but to me, it just seems like it makes sense, and I don't know if I could answer it anymore why.
That's fine.
But, okay.
So if you were to pick just one of these.
Him.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So she picked these 2, and the final is this one. I'm going to show it here.
Oh, did it turn
Did
off?
it
Is
turn
that
off?
okay? It's,
Oh, maybe.
Oh.
It might still be going, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
still going. But very good. So this is okay. How's it going?
Oh, good. Yeah.
If you need to take a break, let
Oh,
us
I'm
know.
good.
We're fine.
Okay.
So now we're going to move to a different exercise. This one is very close to what you did when you did an eVisit, but instead of doing it on the computer, we're going to do it on a mobile device.
Okay.
So I would like to ask maybe Jimmy or Damon if you can set up the iPad. Yes, we still have some time. I'm going to start with my phone. And we're going to connect. So here, what you need to know about this. Imagine that you or someone in your family is not feeling well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now pick one of these conditions, and there are both on the front and the back, that you feel like it could be a real situation for you.
Right. Okay, probably this one because this just seems
cold, sadness, perfect. So now let's pretend that this is your phone.
Okay.
It's a little smaller than yours, but we're going to do the initial part.
Okay.
On this phone, we have created a prototype of the mobile app, but because it's a prototype, not everything works. Basically, just the images, static images. But we would like you to walk us through what you would do to start an eVisit from the mobile app.
Okay.
So I'm going to make this one visible on the screen so that everybody can see your steps. Okay. It's up there. And if you can talk aloud, we can hear your thoughts.
Okay.
Okay. So this is your phone.
Okay, so first I would click on the app.
Okay. And let's pretend those are already entered.
Okay, and then I would log in and hopefully I remember my password. And then, so the eVisit has a question mark, I see.
Because we don't have
Right, okay. So I would click on that. But I might, before I do that, I might check my messages first to make sure there wasn't a labs result or something that I missed.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I would do that first. Okay, if I saw it was flagged.
If you saw that, perfect.
Yeah, and so then I would click on eVisit. And is it supposed to do anything?
And where did you click? Yeah, it went there.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Okay. And is it supposed to go somewhere from here? Or
you tell me.
Oh.
You have to start a new eVisit.
Oh, okay. So I'm not sure how I start one. If I just clicked on it? Is it supposed to go to a next screen?
So maybe you didn't see it because we were there. So you were here when you landed, and when you clicked here, look at the screen. See
Okay.
that is switched. So it went where you went.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now we want to start a new eVisit.
And I don't feel like it's telling me. I would think that this screen should be like, how do I word it? Like, you have entered the eVisit.
Okay.
Because to me this isn't clear, because this looks like I'm going to get an appointment of some type.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's, for example, go in a familiar space. Have you ever used messages, written messages from the mobile phone? Written new messages. If you had to send a message to your doctor. Have you always done it from the computer?
I don't think I've done any message. Okay. I don't think I've sent any. I've just like looked at lab results and appointments. I've never sent
because
one.
That's why I wanted to understand your.
Okay.
It looks like you're mainly doing the active part from the computer, and this is more a read.
Right. Okay.
So in here, where do you think you would see the messages that I sent you?
Oh, right here with the green dots.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. And where do you think you would see there it is, the send, the one that you sent.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
Now, if you were on this screen and you wanted to send a new message to your doctor, where would you go?
I guess the plus.
Okay. Now, let's go in schedule appointment or request, because today we have.
Upcoming past.
What do you think is displayed here?
Well, that's an upcoming one. I could look at the past also, and I guess you're going to ask me as if I wanted to do a new one, I would go to the plus. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, do we want to try to go into the eVisit here?
And that's going to be the same thing. Then go to. Okay.
It's just a matter of getting used to something new.
Right.
Perfect. Now, what's happening here?
Oh, it's giving you a good explanation. Yeah. You know, with the hours, which is great. I totally forgot all about that till now, about, how soon they get back to you, and definitely the price. And like I said, that was clear. And the list of conditions, that's good.
Okay.
So
very good. Let's say that we want to continue and do this for. What are you going to do it for?
Oh, I can pick one? I'll pick the sinus infection because I know.
But for whom are you going to do it?
Myself.
For yourself. Perfect. Okay. So now this is perfect because from the prototype, we're actually switching you to the live version. And so I'm going to, actually I can leave this one on because that one is going to go on top of it. What Jim is going to give you is exactly what you would see here, but we're just using a different device.
Okay, I can see this one. Okay.
And if you can, you should probably recognize the screen, but if you can tell us what's happening here.
Well, it's a consent, which I don't remember. I guess there was this before, but I don't remember. But I think that's a very good thing. So, and you have to enter your initials. You might miss that because it's kind of
and we're getting that quite a bit.
Yeah,
it's so light, and plus for this test, the initials are not really yours, but it's a generic SE.
So I should.
That's an ME.
ME.
It's an ME.
Yep.
Thank you.
So I should put that in.
Thank you. Yes.
ME and then continue.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to say no to a serious health problem.
Exactly.
Okay. So I'm going to say I have a cold sinus infection or sore throat, I'll say. And then you want me to do this out loud? Okay, so I'm saying no, I don't have any chronic lung problems and I don't have asthma. And what upper respiratory problem do you think you might have? I'm going to say I think I have a sinus infection because, again, that comes to mind because I think that's so common. It's those things that if you've had one before,
Yeah.
You know, and you want to get
You
it,
know it,
and
yeah.
you want to get it fixed before the next day goes on.
You're right.
Have you already been evaluated by a healthcare provider for this episode of your problem? That's good that this episode is in there because, again, this is something that you might have had one 6 months ago. So I'll say
That's
no.
good.
Maybe I'll say no. And when did your symptoms start? I'll say yesterday. And have you had facial sinus surgery in the past 60 days? No. And do you have these symptoms? I'm saying that I don't have any nose problems, but I have mucus draining and a cough.
That's very good.
Okay. And I have sore throat. And my voice is okay, but I have ear pain and no chest pain. Do you have difficulty breathing? No. Are you wheezing? No. Does your throat hurt when you try to swallow liquids? Yes. Please describe.
What are you feeling right now?
Okay, patients hate these questions. I'll say moderate.
Why do you think patients don't like these questions?
Because they're afraid that they're going to answer it wrong.
Because it's too generic?
Mm-mm. Okay. I don't have achiness. I'm not feeling run down. I'll say I have a fever, but no chills. Oh my goodness, this goes on a long time, doesn't it?
So how are you feeling it right now? Is it longer than what you expected?
Yeah, because especially if you're not feeling well, you might be getting annoyed with it.
Yes.
My appetite's okay, no nausea, no vomiting. My eyes are okay too. Facial pressure, yes. And your teeth hurt, yes. Do you have a headache? Yes. How bad is your facial pressure?
At this point, are you feeling like these questions are pertinent, or are you feeling like they're on the borderline?
I think most of them are pertinent. I think there's a couple that, like I said, it started to go a different direction, and I guess it's trying to make sure that you're getting to the right thing, but okay, let's see, moderate. The other symptoms. And things like this, I think, are going to make people crazy. That it's to start before the other ones, because, you know.
Yeah.
People are going to look at it and say, I don't know.
How could I remember?
Yeah. Which description? No, it's funny because I think these are more clear than the pain ones because I think they're more descriptive. So I'll say pulsing. You have told us. Oh, well.
What's happening here?
They have to send me to the doctors because of my facial pressure. So, but these options are really nice, actually.
Can you tell me about these options?
Well,
what do you think they're telling you?
Well, that it's not safe to be done online, and that there's many other options. If it matters to this, I've been to the urgent care center, and my daughter has a couple times, and it is so nice how you can get an appointment the same day. So I think that's really good to have it there first, because I think your last option, that would be your first option because you could get seen right away. Your regular doctor, you can't necessarily get in that day, and if you're not feeling well, you don't just want to send a message. So I think the urgent care center is good having that first because that would be your best option if you weren't feeling well.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And what about the second and the third one? What are they? What do they mean?
Well, the second one, I guess, means you don't have a doctor, and you're going to search the John Muir doctors.
Okay.
And I think that should maybe be like towards the bottom because if you're not feeling well, why do you want to go search out a new doctor? And who knows if they're going to have appointments that day?
Okay. And what about the option that says message your doctor's office?
I think if you're not feeling well, you don't want to send a message because you don't know how soon they're going to get back to you. Because what if it's 3 o'clock and you don't want to go through another day with a throbbing head?
So you're thinking that even if they're showing you this option, you wouldn't use it because
Right.
it's unlikely.
You don't want to wait around. I think you could message your doctor's office if you wanted lab results or a prescription refill, but not if you're having
Yes.
symptoms.
And what about the book an appointment?
That's not clear if it's with your regular doctor or an unknown doctor. That's what I would think there.
Okay, so not clear.
Does it matter? So for that particular condition, would you be more or less likely to?
Well, I don't know why you would want to. Again, I just think that urgent care would be such a better option. Why would you go to a new doctor that you've never known before, and who knows that they're going to be able to see you that day? I would think to me that's going to be like most likely waiting till the next day, which you're not going to want to do.
Yeah, so basically your assumption is such that because your doctor never accepts appointments on the same day or respond to a message right away, these two would be unlikely choices.
Right. Like I said, if it was a prescription refill or
Yes.
a lab result or something like that, but if you're not feeling well, you don't want to wait another 24
Exactly.
hours.
Okay, but the urgent care is a good option. And what about the last one, call?
I think that's good to keep there because a lot of people like to talk to a person instead of being it online. And I didn't even know that. So that's John Muir Health Doctor's customer service phone number. I never even knew that
Would you
existed.
expect that?
Pardon me?
Would you expect that number to be John Muir customer service?
I would think so.
So who do you think is going to respond to that number?
I don't know if I have an exact answer, but like I said, sometimes people just like to talk to a person instead of just always clicking.
Yes,
Okay?
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So let's pretend that actually this part is done because
Okay.
we completed the eVisit, and in this case we didn't have a diagnosis. So what I would like you to do is, well, if you had completed it, let's say that you were successful, and after that page when you say save exit, you would have landed here.
Okay.
What do you think this would have been? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me share it with them so that they can see.
So I have a diagnosis. Is that what you said? That's what we're pretending.
So we're pretending that you passed the payment point.
Okay.
And you submitted. So now you're waiting for
the doctor. What would I do next?
What do you think is this screen? Basically, you are continuing, and you are landing here.
I think it's waiting for the doctor. They're, I guess, sending the symptoms to a doctor, and then he will call me.
Okay. Okay, very good. And let's now restart from the beginning and say that you did this for someone else.
Okay.
And I'm going to take this one. And this time, let's say it was your spouse.
Mm-hmm.
What would you do differently here if you were to do an eVisit for someone else, like your spouse or your child?
Well, I go to the eVisit there, and I don't know if I would go to the plus, or I think I would probably go to this little navigation thing over here.
And what's happening there?
Your name, there's a drop down. Okay. So, okay, I did that right. Okay.
That was so fast. And as of today, do you actually have proxies in your account in the MyJMH portal?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Only because I think I'm the only one that signed up. I don't think my husband did yet.
Same with me. Husband
They don't
was the
listen to
last
us.
one. Yeah. So the proxies. So it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got that. This is very good. So let's see how we're doing on time. 306, perfect. So I'm going to just move to the question where I would like to just ask you more closely
Okay.
certain things, but this is mainly your thoughts and
Okay.
your ideas. So if you wanted to use the eVisit on your phone, as you did just now, how would you like it to be? Would you change anything from the way it was today?
Yeah, since I was lost there, I would think that on the, how do I get back to the main,
Yes,
where the eVisit is
because
at the
this
bottom?
is just a prototype, so that's all.
I think when you go there, there should be click on the plus button to
Okay.
begin, because this diagnose in process kind of confused me.
Okay.
So I think that if you put a thing there, click on the plus button to begin.
Absolutely. So that would be something. Anything else that you would do? Or the rest just was clear?
What else is it? Can I click on there to see what else is on
Yes.
there? Well, if you're already on the eVisit, I don't know why that would send you. How did I get back at?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why that, when you have the options down there, I think that's extraneous.
Okay. So you would remove the option for messages.
Right, because they're already there.
Okay.
Yeah, and then but I guess either still use that option, or again, if I'm putting the note about click the plus to begin, say, is this for you? And then put the drop down there if it's for a family member, because this is a whole blank screen
so
here.
having it right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think that would be helpful. Perfect. Now, do you prefer to type into your phone or to talk, like using the Siri functionality?
Oh,
or something?
type.
Type.
Yeah.
Okay. Under what circumstances would you use the eVisit on your phone?
Well, if I wasn't at home, if I was at work or out. But like I said, I'm a nurse on a busy floor, that I would think that if I would want to sit down and do this, I would want to be away from the hubbub. So like I said, I'd either wait till I got home, or I would sit in our break room, away from the noise.
What do you like or dislike about this concept of an eVisit?
Oh, again, like I said, for these simple things that you want a quick fix for, I think it's such a time saver, versus going to getting an appointment and sitting there waiting. So.
And if you had 3 wishes to make an eVisit work for you, what would those be?
Well, first of all, making sure it's 100% accurate. Well, when the doctor calls back, I guess he talks to you on the phone.
Is that the expectation?
That's what I would think.
So your expectation is that the doctor calls you back. What if the doctor doesn't call you back, but sends you an email message?
I think the phone call would be a little more comfortable for most people. Because then he'd be validating everything that you've put in.
So as of today, you would actually receive in your inbox a message that says that on the MyGMH portal you have your diagnosis ready. So you would log into the portal, and in the diagnosis section, you will see that the doctor has diagnosed you. And you have the ability to respond to him and have some back and forth, but it would always be via messaging.
Okay.
Would that work for you?
I think it would be okay. I think the phone call. Now, these doctors that do this, are they doing other jobs, or is this all they're doing?
What
Or
would
do
you
we not
think?
know?
What would you think?
I think they'd be doing something else, like working at urgent care and doing this like in between patients.
Do you like that idea? Or would you prefer a dedicated doctor?
I think it would be okay, but like I said, or maybe that could be an option. How do you prefer communication, phone or email? Because I think if it's really, really minor, you probably wouldn't care about the email. But every now and then you just might like to hear somebody's voice. So if you had that option.
You would like to? That's a good idea, yes. Okay. On the phone. Perfect. Then how would you describe this service to a friend?
Oh, just that they started this really neat thing that if you have a small illness, you don't have to go to the doctor. You can do it online.
Would you use it for yourself? What about the availability of this service? Right now it's from 8 to 8 p.m. Is that sufficient for you?
Probably. I think so.
Okay. 2 to 8. And how do you feel about the 1 hour, within 1 hour response from the doctor?
Oh, I think that's great. I think that, yeah. Because like I said, that's what my problem with that other screen was, like request an appointment. Like, well, God knows, when are you going to get this appointment? So
you never know, right? Yeah. Great.
Or did the information really go someplace? You know, just like when you're on terminal hold, like, did my message really go someplace? Yeah. Or so?
You said that you message your doctors. How quickly do they respond?
Oh, no, I don't. I haven't.
Oh, you haven't?
I haven't.
Yeah, because we know of some doctors that are very quick in responding, others that may take their time, so that is also not encouraging. Very good. So I would open it up for the team, and you also, if you have questions for us, but I would say that we can start rethinking. Yeah, see, you didn't even realize.
I did not. And it's funny, I had no idea when I got this email, like, okay, and I had no idea that I even obviously signed up to do this. And I didn't even know if it was like work related. So anyway,
But thank you for doing it, really. We appreciate your time, and coming here for us is really an opportunity to learn from real people. So, okay. I know Gonzalo has questions.
No, surprisingly not. I don't.
You must have been
good.
You must have done very, very good.
We got one.
Yes.
So back when you were on the triage output, I asked a question about choosing a new doctor versus going to urgent care. In your mind, what's the difference between the two if you need help now?
Because a new doctor, I wouldn't think they would have as much availability that day as an urgent care.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're ruling them out on your assumption of availability.
Right.
Other than that, you really don't care. Right. Okay.
I would have one question. So you said the book an appointment, you weren't sure if it's with a doctor, an existing doctor.
Right.
Or even with an urgent care. You could also book an appointment online with an urgent care center. So,
right.
So if we made that more specific, for example, book an appointment, say with an urgent care, right? Because it seems like for you that was the next immediate step, right? So if we cannot diagnose you, and you need to see someone, like you would go to urgent care. So we said book an appointment with one of our urgent care centers. Would that be something that you would have used?
Well, I think I would click on the urgent care line first, and then there would probably be the option for the online appointment.
Okay.
So I think I would go to that first. And to me, like I said, that book an appointment one, I'm unclear as to who that might be, because then you might click on it and it says Dr. Joe Smith has an appointment, and I'm thinking, well, who's that? I don't care,
Right.
So if maybe that line was book an appointment with your doctor, and then book an appointment with another doctor.
And where would you draw the line in that? So you think it's appropriate to book an appointment with an urgent care center? I mean, granted, you would go to the urgent care patient, book the appointment there. Then you would be okay to see your own doctor. I'm assuming if the doctor has availability.
Right.
soon enough, right? You wouldn't see your doctor 2 or 3 days from now.
Right.
But you would not try to find a new doctor just from what you're. At that point, you
Right.
will go to the urgent care.
Right.
So,
Right. Yeah. That makes, okay.
Which means that if we were able to, because today when you click book an appointment, it really tries to book an appointment with the doctors that you're already a patient of.
Right.
So if we were able to write in that space something like book an appointment or view 2 days appointment with your doctor,
Right.
would that work?
And in that instance, say that your doctor had an appointment towards the end of the day, but you could get in the urgent care right away or in the next hour. What do you think you would do? Would you wait to see your doctor, or would you?
I think I'd probably go see my doctor. Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think, I was going to say, especially more older people that are on chronic medications would prefer to see their own doctor. So, but then, see, I'm thinking like a nurse so much.
That's good.
If you needed labs or something, then you would want to go to the urgent care because you know that they could be done right there. So.
Yeah.
But if it was just a matter of a difference of time frame, say like 2 hours, I think most people would want to go to their own doctor's office.
Yeah. Now, you played with the app on the computer. How was it to play on? We gave you an iPad,
Mm-hmm.
so it's not as small.
Oh, it
as
was fine.
this.
I love iPads. I have a mini iPad. Yeah.
So, did you find it difficult to
Mm-mm.
move through?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it would be nice to see it how it plays on the phone, but you didn't have any. I saw that you were just
Right. Mm-hmm.
going through very quickly. Very good. Good size. Okay. Well, I'm okay. Do you guys have additional questions? So I think, Demo, you have the folder with the, or Eric, there you go. Eric knows everything. Diane, thank you
Yes.
so
You're
much.
quite welcome.
So here's the.
Oh, yay. I'm hiding this from my daughter. They'll take theirs.
Or you have to tell her to come here to do
No,
another one of
this
these.
was fun. Actually, I'm glad I came. Now, this is quite interesting. So,
Yeah, and if you have any thoughts about it that you want to share with us, or any way that you think it could be a good idea for us to think about it, go ahead. You have our email.
Okay.
So this is great. This is exactly
oh,
what we need.
oh yeah. Okay, that's what I was looking for. So you knew that, huh? Okay, am I good then?
You're good.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're
Thank
quite
you.
welcome.
This is
Okay.
great.
Thank you, Diane.
Bye. Bye.
Very
Bye.
nice meeting
Oh,
you.
same here.
And
Thank
Eric
you.
is going to show you
Oh, okay. All right.
the way out. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
You're quite welcome.
Sounds great.
Oh,
I'll send you